Welcome to the room tour. These are just some items my identical twin brother and I have picked up over the years. We also have some die-cast items here, but we didn't put those up yet. So I'll start with a Steins Gate wall scroll and move on to some NECA die-cast items, some Cine Machines there, and some figures for Blade Runner 2049. A Game of Thrones figures there, some Motu items for old time's sake. Here's Merman and Mossman. This one is interested because it still retains the old gimmick of the originals, which makes him smell like peat moss. I really like how it says adult collector in the bottom right, really driving that point home. Here's a Batman video game figure on top of a Watchmen figure based on the comic book version, and some mini epics by Weta. These are Weta's vinyl line, as they typically do polystones. So there's an orc there, and one for Battle Angel. This is Alita herself. Another one for Battle Angel. A District 9 one. This one's really neat. And a Gandalf. A Gundam Universe figure. And some Capcom vs. SNK 2 figures. And over here we have a Sailor Moon on top next to a yellow Tachikoma from Union Creative. I like the yellow one because it only shows up in episode 25 of Standalone Complex. On the bottom is a Figma for Steins Gate. And on top, some Figure Arts minis on top of some Figure Arts Zero figures. At the end is a Chibi Arts figure with a Haro model kit on top from Mobile Suit Gundam. Here are some Polystone statues from Weta with a couple Funko Pops in the middle. Here's some more, a Golem and a Hup from Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. On the floor is a Kona Monte Cristo messenger bag and some plushies. There's a Pen and a Kirby from the DS game Squeak Squad, a squishable octopus, and a squishable brand Hatsune Miku. As someone who dabbles with music myself, I really like the musician characters. I hope to add a K-On! Figure eventually if they ever do more. Here's a plush Pooh from Yu Yu Hakusho, and a metal Gantz ball which holds the DVDs. On the wall, there is a Haruhi Suzumiya wall scroll, a keychain for the original Fruits Basket, Full Metal Panic keychain, Ghost in the Shell manga print, a Cowboy Bebop print, and a Mega Man 2 Leaf Shield figure. Now the Nendoroids. There's a spot here for a Shovel Knight, one which my brother has on pre-order. He has the platinum in that game, so he thought he would reward himself. Here's Attack on Titan, Steins Gate, Mega Man 11, and on top is a Mega Man 11 sticker that I got from a friend. Here is a spot for a L Nendoroid from the Death Note manga, and I hope to add the Your Lie in April Nendoroid here, which was recently announced. It might be a while though. Here's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Full Metal Panic Invisible Victory, Norman from the Promised Neverland, Yu Yu Hakusho here, Attack on Titan here, and a Kirby. I really like this one because it uses magnets for the arms and legs and hats and things like that. Holo from Spice and Wolf, and some Bon Presto figures. Some pop-up parade figures as well. Here are some cute Posket figures. A spot there for one on pre-order. A nice Kurama there. Chimmy Mega Buddy set from Mega House. And a Transformers Masterpiece figure. Now some anime-themed Funko Pops. Some Yu Yu Hakusho, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I like how Funko decided to do the original Evangelion, as so much today is based on the rebuild films. This is Host Club, very funny anime if you haven't seen it. Full Metal Alchemist, the original. Again, I like that Funko focused on the original and so much is for Brotherhood these days. Death Note anime, Cowboy Bebop. On top is Shantae, and on the bottom is Fruits Basket, the new version. Here is Jill Valentine on top and Bill Reiser on the bottom from Contra, the NES game. And some Castlevania Netflix versions. Over here we have some limited run box sets. Monster Boy, Super Neptunia RPG, Castlevania Requiem, and Castlevania Anniversary Collection. Limited run items up there. Here's some soundtracks, Madoka and a Miku CD and other video games and things like that. Here's an Atari art book, kind of neat. there. And this is sort of the 70s and 80s themed items. Here's an Atari 2600 print. And there too. And here are some figures. These are Super 7 reissues of muscle figures, which some may remember from the 80s when they used to be based on the Kinnikuman characters. But these are based on Mega Man characters. Here's a Prisoner action figure set. And now some Star Wars vintage collection figures. Again, I really like this one as a musician character. Now, what's interesting about these is they keep the original packaging, but improve the sculpting and paintwork and articulation and things like that. Here's some Dark Crystal ones on the end. And some Transformers and Black Series Star Wars figures. Here's our anime collection with a nanoblock aisle in front. I'll go slow so you can see which ones we have. And a nanoblock Cutman in front. This is mostly Western sci-fi and British comedy and things like that. That Prisoner set again, and the end credits theme is also what I use for my ringtone. Here's the manga and graphic novels. That Death Note there contains all 12 volumes in a single book. Here's some DC Vertigo. And some Calvin and Hobbes at the end. Here's just some normal books and audiobooks and things like that. And a scale figure of Sima. Mario 3 poster. Game of Thrones poster. And here's some Castlevania items from Diamond Select based on the Netflix series. This is a great shot of the boss fight in the original game, which still sends shivers down my spine when I look at it. And a magnet set for Symphony of the Night. And Babylon 5 Micro Machines.